Welcome to Lemonade Yoga. I'm Sandy Till. Today we're going to work our 30-minute class here on shoulders and hips. So combining some of the stuff that we've been doing and bringing in a little bit more work to this class. We'll start by coming into a comfortable seated or lying down position. So I invite you to get as supported as you want to be. Leaning against a wall or a couch or a chair or a bed or even lying flat on your back. Get open for whatever position you're in. If you're lying flat, then maybe opening up your arms and your legs. And if you're seated, then bringing your shoulders back over your hips to open up your core and your breathing. And then bringing your ears back up over your shoulders to stack your bones. And then turning your attention to your breath. Maybe close your eyes, maybe bring your gaze downward so that your focus can go all towards just how it feels for you to be breathing right now. If you know Ujjayi breath and you'd like to layer that, then go ahead and begin your Ujjayi now. If you're new to yoga, the work with our breath is in concert with the positions. So what we're looking to do is breathe as we move and breathe very consciously as we go through our practice. So we'll start by taking 5 breaths, maybe stretching the inhale, getting your completely empty as very best you can. And then doing your best to layer that very specific and conscious breath with every move that we make. Coming into a seated side bend next. I like to do this with one leg straight and the other leg bent like this. This foot could really change its position. So you could have it right here by your leg, or it could be coming in front of you more for more support. If you're very flexible, you can hike the hip way out to the side. So whatever you like to do with your leg is fabulous. Coming into our seated side bend today, I'm going to bring my arm to the inside of my leg and use that as a little bit of a leveraging point. On inhale, bring the outside arm up. And with the exhale, I'm going to roll the top shoulder forward and extend and reach out through the shoulder and through the hand. Active hands, active feet. What that does is it brings a certain amount of energy and aliveness to your whole entire body, which is nice. Going for 4 to 6 breaths in each shape. Let the bottom shoulder come down and feel for softening your neck here, if that feels good for you. And then taking an easy chest opener here for a second position. I'll inhale and float the top arm up. Just a little bit of a bend in the elbow. And then on exhale, I'm going to lay the arm back. So I'm going to take a big breath into the shoulder. And on exhale, I'm just going to feel for laying the arm back. And I'm not particularly flexible in my shoulders. But if you are, your arm might go quite far back, and that's okay. That's good. As long as you're not getting any kind of pain response or nerve pain in your arms, then you're good. If you are, then come out of the pose or bring your arm forward until it's not feeling that way anymore. One more nice full breath. And then using this top arm to come out of the shape, I'm going to bring it back in line with my arm and then pull with my top arm to help me come up to seated. Breathe as you move into your transition. Second side. Inhale, outside arm up. Exhale, wrap the top shoulder by rolling the shoulder girdle forward and then extend out through the hand, through the shoulder a little bit. Find a neutral place for your neck. I like to let my neck relax over to the side, but if that causes any pain in your shoulder or your neck, then you could put your neck neutral. Very traditional teaching looks up towards the ceiling. Those are some of the things that you can play with in your own practice. Allow the bottom arm to relax down and ease your neck a little bit more now. Moving to chest opener. Inhale, arm reaches up. Soft bend in the elbow. Exhale, lay the arm back. Just feeling for your edge here. And what I mean by that is, where is it comfortable for you? Where does it feel good? If you have a tendency to be numb in your body, then go for no pain. And eventually you'll start to get some releases and hopefully things can start to feel good. Coming out of the shape, bringing the arm back in line with the torso, palm down and lifting up. Breathing as I transition out of that. We'll go right down into abdominals today. So I'm going to turn to the side and we'll do easy abs. I'm feeling like working a little harder today, so I think what I'll do is 6 rounds of easy abs and then 2 or 3 rounds with an up level. So I'll show you how to do this exercise a little bit harder if you're feeling up for that. We'll start with the hands clasped behind the back of the head. Lengthen your low back and fully out onto the floor as best you can. Elbows pointing up. Full inhale. Exhale over to the left knee, bringing your elbows in the direction of the knee. Inhale, put the foot down, bring the head back to center. And then go to your second side. Inhale back. Exhale over. Inhale back. And exhale over. This is pretty repetitive, just feeling here for not lifting with your neck. And coordinating your breath with your movement. As best you can, feel for keeping your low back pressing gently into the floor for the entire abdominal sequence. Okay, and then last one to the right. Now for the abdominal up level, I'm going to bring my feet up off the floor and let my ankles hang down. On this one, I stack my knees right over the hips so that my lower abdominals gets to work. If you bring your knees in like this for like that traditional crunch like this, you get this, you sort of bypass your lower abdominals. So I'm going after low abdominals with that leg shape. We'll inhale and exhale to the left. I'm going to straighten my right leg. And second side. Now you can straighten your leg at whatever angle works best for you. Straight up is a little easier on the low back. Out at an angle,
is fine, if it feels good for you. You should be starting to feel your belly warm up now. And release. Coming all the way down. The next pose we'll do is bridge posture. For bridge, same setup as before. Heels come up so that your fingertips can just graze them. That should be about the right measurement for your knees. Arms relax down by the sides. Inhale into the belly. Lengthen the tailbone and lift the hips off the floor. Inhale, open the chest by lifting the ribs up towards your chin. On exhale, press down through the feet, and maybe you're lifting your hips up higher, maybe. 6 to 10 breaths here. If this is very, very difficult for you, then feel for taking a block or something similar and placing it under your low back. You can rest there and still work the shape. You can go higher onto your tippy toes and be like this, yeah. Or even higher, you could go the next height up. So I've got the block there, but I'm not really fully laying on it because I don't need to today. We use bridge posture to help lengthen the spine bones away from each other. And it's a back bend. It's a baby back bend. What I'd like you to feel for is that you're working on creating a very strong foundation with your legs and your lower body. And then your spine learns how to lift up off of that. You learn how to lengthen your spine bones, which creates a great amount of spaciousness for your nervous system, your blood flow. I think we all know someone with a back injury, and so you can understand it's very important to take care of your back. And this is one of the things that might help you. Now, by holding this posture for upwards of 10 breaths, you're really starting to warm up in the hips and legs, which is part of the point of it. Okay, once you start to feel tired, you'll take your block out and roll down slowly. Pull with your legs away from your head and then curl the upper back, the mid back, the low back, and then finally the hips at the end. From here we'll move into back release posture. These poses stack nicely. You'll crisscross the ankle over the knee. Inhale, reach your hands through and grab onto the back of your thigh or the front of your knee, whatever you can comfortably reach. I like to flex my feet in this shape, and then coordinating breath with movement. I'm going to exhale as I draw the legs in towards my chest. And this just deepens the stretch a little. Really the magic of doing bridge posture first warms up the big, big muscles in your hips and legs for this stretch, and it makes it feel really good to me. And releasing. Second side, crisscross the ankle over the knee. Inhale, reach through the center of your triangular space and grab onto what you can reach. On exhale, draw your legs in toward your body. You'll feel a stretch somewhere. If it's too intense, back up a little. Easing out from there, bring both feet down and take a moment with both feet flat on the ground. Feel what you've done to your legs and your lower body. And then we'll roll over onto our elbows and knees, setting up for Dolphin Pose. So for Dolphin, it's a pose where you're going to be bearing weight through your arms. So starting with your elbows down and your hands crisscrossing around the upper arm. That's your back of your tricep, or the back of your upper arm is your tricep. And so that's about your clasp measurement. Hands clasped in front. If you are a beginner or need some more shoulder support, hands can work straight out in front of you if you're feeling stronger. So with this one, I might clasp my hands today. Let the neck relax and hang down. Inhale, lift up between the shoulder blades and gently press the elbows into the floor or the mat. And then with another exhale, curl the toes under and bring the knees up off the floor. And bring the chest towards, in the direction of your ankles. Relax the head down. And hold this posture for as long as you can, up to 10 breaths. You'll need big breath. If your legs are really tight, your hamstrings, this shape will push you forward like this. So feel for bending the knees so that you can reach back through the spine and have a long back. If your heels easily touch the ground, then great, go for that. That feels good too. If this gets hard for you, then bring your knees onto the floor and still bear weight, but less, so that you can do it without pain or struggle. So if you're not quite straightening the legs yet, this is your shape. You're just bearing weight here, getting strong in the shoulders, and also giving yourself the benefit of having your head hang down. This feels good for the brain. Now that my arms are cooking a little bit, I'm going to ease up out of that. Woo. What you notice after going upside down the leg is just a natural uplifting. It just makes you happy. So go ahead and feel your shoulders now. They're warmed up from all of your work. We'll go right into eagle arms next. So for this one, you are welcome to sit any way you like. Crisscross applesauce is super easy. If you feel like doing something a little bit more hippie or hip focused, you could try knee pile. I'll do half knee pile, which is knee on top of knee, hence the knee pile. You could also bring the bottom foot under, so it just really depends on how flexible you are. Today, half a knee pile is going to work just fine for me. Eagle arms, bring the arms up in front of you. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, crisscross. The bottom arm is going to hook up. And then from there, you might spin your hands around to create a clasp. Now, if there is nowhere in your body possible, it's okay. You do what you can do without pain or struggle. If you're in this bind, take a breath in. As you exhale, work your shoulder blades down the back. And then on your next breath, exhale, reach the elbows forward, and then up as high as it feels good for you. So you might go up 6 inches or more. This stretch really is great for the shoulders. I like the modified version where I'm just kind of pulling like this. It's just a little easier when you're stiff. Second side, we'll unwind from that. And then switching legs. Let's see what this side has for you. Second side, arms up. This time the other arm's gonna come underneath. And maybe that's it. Like if you know this is it, then just stop here and just pull a little that top arm across your chest, and you'll feel a nice, lovely stretch here. If you want to go for the full bind, then you kind of spin your hands around, and maybe just clasping, hooking fingers is where you're at so far. If you can put your palms flat, then that's great. Find what works best for you, like what feels best in your body. Shoulders down. Exhale, elbows forward and up if you've got that movement. I invite you to let your exhales help release the muscles, like inviting on exhale your muscles to soften and ease. And releasing out of that. Next, we'll move into neck release posture. Neck release posture is a yoga pose that was designed by the woman that I studied with. And so you might not find it in every single yoga class, but I think it's fantastic. Palm facing down, under your sit bone, shoulders stacked over hips, leaning away, allowing your neck to follow. And then bathing and focusing your attention and breath into where you're feeling the stretch into your neck. If it's very intense, back up a little bit and find a workable place. Second angle here, coordinate your breath with your movement and bringing the chin a little bit more down towards your collarbone. It's going to change the stretch here into the neck. And third angle, chin down a little bit more. We'll move the stretch into the base of the neck, into this little crick of a muscle called the posterior scalene. Come off of the hand you're sitting on. Roll the head to the center of the chest. And then lift the head up, training the neck to be soft. Second side. Palm down, under sit bones, shoulders back, lean away. Find your edge here. This side's a little more intense for me today, so I'm kind of working on finding an edge that I like. And then letting the neck soften, letting the jaw soften. And chin down. And again, chin down a little more. And then coming off of the hand you're sitting on, roll the chin to the center of your chest. Lift your head up with the strength of your arm. Next, we'll lie down for Savasana, final resting. So go ahead and just get comfortable here. If you're able to put your legs up a wall or up on a couch or something like that, I invite you to do that. That's so fantastic. Resting here now, shoulders are down away from the ears. Lengthen your spine. If your low back is tender, leave the knees up like this and lean the knees together. That's a nice way. Or legs just straight out. I'm going to go with knees together today. A Shavasana is a time where we get to let our breath return to normal and we just soak up the practice. So I invite you to rest here, stay comfortable for about 3 minutes. If you're ready to move out of Shavasana, feel for slowly moving your fingers and toes, and opening your eyes, and coming back here into this physical space. And then rolling over to one side for a breath. Come on up.
At the end of class, we like to take a moment to thank each other for our time and working together. So I thank you